is speaking out after suddenly leaving the stage during her concert at the United Center last night. Brandy was performing alongside Monica on their The Boy Is Mine tour when she told the crowd.
So they're performing in Chicago over the weekend on one of the opening tour dates, and an emergency happens.
Brandy is finally saying goodbye after one tragic diagnosis, and fans are holding their breath. During her The Boy Is Mine tour with Monica, the singer suddenly walked off the stage due to a supposed health scare.
The Brandy and Monica concert at the United Center Saturday ended abruptly with just Monica. Brandy left the stage during the show and did not return.
But that wasn't even the first time she was experiencing something like that.
Brandy's family deeply concerned about her health today after an emergency that saw her getting rushed to the hospital yesterday.
Could this be due to the traumas she faced in the past? Let's find out. For years now, Brandy's had her share of health scares, but what just happened on stage in Chicago feels like it hit harder than anything before. Brandy abruptly walked off the stage during her The Boy Is Mine tour. She was on tour with Monica, and just during the second half of the sold-out concert at the United Center, fans were shocked when she walked off mid-performance. In clips all over social media, you can hear Brandy singing 1 minute, then pausing to say, "Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta get my," before trailing off and leaving the stage. Monica later came out to perform on her own, but the two never reunited to sing The Boy Is Mine, which left the night ending a little awkwardly and full of concern. Brandy later broke her silence, explaining exactly what went down and wanting to clear things up for her fans. During my set in Chicago, I began to feel extremely lightheaded and faint due to dehydration. I tried to push through, but my body simply needed rest. Out of caution, I left the stage to get immediate medical attention. I want to sincerely apologize to all of my fans who came out to see the show. I never take your love and support for granted, and I'm so sorry for how the night ended.
Statement on her Instagram, Brandy later said that she was dehydrated. She felt like she was going to faint, and she also said there was some technical issues going on. Brandy says that she went to a local hospital to be checked out.
Brandy didn't just stop there. She also shared how grateful she felt for the love and understanding around her. This tour has been such a special journey for me, celebrating music, friendship, and the power of perseverance. I've been giving everything I have to every performance, and I think I pushed myself a bit too hard. I'm thankful to God, my doctors, and my amazing fans for reminding me to slow down and take care of myself. With a little rest and hydration, I'll be back on stage stronger than ever. Brandy and Monica's reunion tour was a huge deal. The two had been dodging feud rumors for years, and this 24-city tour was their way of putting it all behind them. People have been trying to get us to do this since '98, Brandy said in an interview. It finally felt right. Monica agreed, saying, "We built a real relationship this time, so we could make it happen."
It's really divine timing. And I think one of the key components for me was us really talking, having relationship. I understood that going on tour was not going to be as simplistic as.
Tour reps later confirmed that Brandy is now resting under medical care. Brandy is an incredible artist whose dedication to her craft is unmatched. The statement read, "Saturday night's pause was purely for health reasons, and we're thankful she prioritized her well-being. She'll be back soon." Fans and fellow artists flooded social media with messages of love and support, proving once again just how much Brandy means to the music world. But honestly, this isn't her first scare. Back in 2022, she was hospitalized for something similar.
Brandy's family deeply concerned about her health today.
Although there was not enough information as to what had happened and how it did, but she later went on Instagram to thank her fans for their unwavering support, writing, "To my beloved fam, friends, and stars, thank you for sending love and light my way. I am following doctor's orders and getting the rest I need due to dehydration and low amounts of nutrition."
The singer takes to Instagram on October 12th, writing, "To my beloved fam, friends, and stars, thank you for sending love and light my way. I am following doctor's orders and getting the rest I need due to dehydration."
And even before that, in 2017, she was rushed to the hospital after losing consciousness on a flight from Los Angeles to New York. Her rep said at the time that she'd been overworking herself. She's been traveling extensively as part of an ongoing tour and several personal appearances. In recent days, she has taken more than 10 long-haul flights, including internationally. They explained that exhaustion had just caught up with her. These moments have stuck with Brandy for years, and it's honestly sad how her strong drive and non-stop work ethic have sometimes taken a toll on her health. But that's just part of the story when it comes to the health struggles she's faced throughout her career. To really get the full picture, you have to go back to where it all began. After leaving Mississippi, Brandy and her family settled in Carson, California, putting her right next to the entertainment scene. Her talent was obvious from the start. She quickly got her first gig as a background singer for the R&B group Immature. By 1993, she signed with Atlantic Records, and her mom, Sonia, became her manager. Sonia once said she got a lot of criticism for managing her daughter, and even Brandy admitted that it was complicated. She told ABC that she sometimes wished her mom would just listen more, instead of always focusing on business. "Sometimes I just wanted her to hear me out," she said. While working on her debut album, Brandy also landed a role on the ABC sitcom Thea. According to the New York Times, she didn't really love acting at the time. She just wanted to sing. She hated missing studio sessions because of filming, and when Thea got canceled after one season, she was actually relieved. It gave her the freedom to fully focus on music. Her debut album, Brandy, dropped in 1994 and went quadruple platinum in the US, selling over 6 million copies worldwide. The next year, her hit, Sittin' Up in My Room, from the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack, took her career even higher. She even went to prom with Kobe Bryant that same year, and later toured with Boyz II Men.
There are reports that you guys are dating, or you're
We went to the prom together. Did you hear that?
prom date.
You heard that? Yeah, he'll always be my date.
In a later chat with Vibe magazine, Brandy admitted that Kobe Bryant was cute, but she also made it clear that her heart was already somewhere else. During her Behind the Music episode, she opened up about how she had fallen for Wanya Morris, the lead singer of Boyz II Men. At the time, she was only 15, and Wanya was 6 years older, so she kept her feelings to herself for a while because she was scared of what people would think.
I was young too.
She said she was 15 and she had to keep it a secret because she was so young.
See, we did the thing. We did the thing when she was like 16, 17, around that time, you know.
Eventually, she got the courage to tell him how she felt. Brandy said, "I just told him that I loved him and thanked him for making me feel that way because I had never felt that way before." After that moment, they became a couple. Brandy said she felt like she was floating. It was love, and it felt real to her. The relationship stayed under wraps for a while until she eventually told her mom. Unsurprisingly, Sonia wasn't happy about the age gap and didn't approve of it. In another Vibe interview, Sonia said that one of the biggest issues between her and Brandy was the belief that she stood in the way of that relationship. Brandy felt like her mom never let her love story with Wanya grow the way she wanted. By 1996, Brandy was catching the acting bug again. She recorded a pilot for a show called Moesha. CBS didn't pick it up, but UPN did, and that decision changed her career forever. She starred alongside experienced actors like William Allen Young and Cheryl Lee Ralph, and even though she was young, Brandy held her own. She wasn't just acting in almost every scene, she was also one of the producers, which was huge for someone her age. Things in her personal life, though, were falling apart. After about 2 years together, her relationship with Wanya ended.
Brandy even said to her behind the music that you broke her heart because you fell in love with somebody else.
I mean, you only fall in love with somebody, you only fall out of love with somebody else if somebody makes you fall out of it.
During her Behind the Music episode, Brandy said that Wanya had fallen in love with someone else. That someone else turned out to be R&B singer Adina Howard, who was also signed to the same label. Adina later revealed during her unsung episode that she was the missing piece in that love triangle between her, Brandy, and Wanya.
Two young ladies allowed their egos to get in the way and were kind of going through it about a guy.
The breakup hit Brandy hard, but she still had to keep going and show up on set to film Moshe. According to ABC, the pressure of being in the spotlight and always looking perfect started to take a toll on her. She admitted that she stopped eating properly and that her weight dropped down to 105 pounds. "It was destroying me," she said, "but I looked great, and that's what mattered to me at the time." In 1997, Brandy got one of the biggest opportunities of her career when Whitney Houston personally chose her to play Cinderella in a made-for-TV movie.
10 minutes ago, I met you.
It was a dream come true and a major moment for her, but even with her career taking off, she was still trying to move on from her breakup with Wanya. Instead of letting that pain hold her down, she poured all those emotions into her next project. Her 1998 album, Never Say Never. That album gave birth to one of the biggest hits of her career, The Boy Is Mine, a duet with Monica. The song went straight to the top of the charts and earned the two singers a Grammy. But behind the scenes, things were complicated. Their professional chemistry turned into a real-life back and forth that would later become one of R&B's most talked about feuds. Around that time, Brandy tried to give love another shot. She started dating rapper Mace, but things didn't last long. She told Vibe that Mace just wasn't focused and that they couldn't take each other seriously. After that, she met someone outside the music industry and thought it might be different. Sadly, it turned out to be worse. According to Vibe, his jealousy ruined everything. Brandy said, "I felt like he hated me for being me." Things got ugly. One day he stood in front of her and called her the B word 13 times, and eventually he became physically. Brandy told ABC, "I blamed myself for everything. I thought no one else would want me." Even with all that going on behind closed doors, her career didn't slow down. She appeared in I Know What You Did last summer and starred alongside Diana Ross in Double Platinum. But the combination of a toxic relationship, non-stop work, and extreme dieting started to wear her down. In 1999, while filming Moshe, everything hit her at once. She suddenly announced on set that she needed a break, jumped into her car, and drove home. She later told ABC that she started to feel dizzy, giddy, and then nauseous before she began hallucinating. "I think I kind of snapped," she said.
Morning, everybody!
Hey, Mo, what's happening?
Brandy ended up in the hospital for 3 days, and doctors said it was exhaustion and dehydration. But according to the National Enquirer, the real cause was something deeper. The tabloid claimed her issues started a year earlier when she began gaining weight. A source told them that people had even started joking that she might be pregnant. In response, Brandy allegedly started taking multiple diet pills at once, and when she returned to the Moshe set, she looked noticeably thinner. Another insider claimed that on the day of her breakdown, she walked into the studio, collapsed on the floor, and screamed, "I can't do it anymore. I just can't." After Moshe ended in 2001, Brandy made big changes. She ended her relationship, became a vegetarian and hired Benny Medina to manage her while her mom stayed on as CEO. She began working on her third album with Rodney Darkchild Jerkins and started dating his cousin, Robert Smith. Reports claimed they married, but it was later revealed the marriage wasn't real. At the same time, Robert was starting to make a name for himself as a solo producer. Brandy's professional relationship with Rodney started to fall apart when he began giving her signature sound to other artists. She told Vibe that Rodney probably felt like he lost both his best friend and his artist in one go. Brandy and Robert's bond kept growing, and she once said he made her feel like she was all that mattered. In 2002, she dropped her Full Moon album and announced they were expecting a baby. But a year after their daughter's birth, they split, with Brandy later admitting the spark had faded. Not long after, she began dating NBA player Quentin Richardson, while Robert, on the other hand, started airing their private business during interviews, including one he did with Ellen DeGeneres.
This is your man. This is Quentin.
Quentin, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I know nothing. He's a basketball player.
Yeah.
And I know that he just signed a nice deal.
Nice deal.
Yeah.
In July 2004, Robert Smith shocked everyone when he admitted that he and Brandy were never actually married. A few days later, he went on Power 99 radio and said some pretty harsh things, even calling Brandy his jump-off. During that same interview, he claimed that when he found out Brandy was pregnant, he had already been dating a film producer. According to Robert, it was Brandy's mom, Sonia, who came up with the idea to tell the public that they were married, just to protect Brandy's clean, family-friendly image. He also told the radio host that after he and Brandy broke up, he got back together with that same film producer, who later became pregnant with his child too. Just 2 weeks after Robert exposed their fake marriage, Brandy was back in the headlines when NBA star Quentin Richardson proposed with an 11.5-carat diamond ring. But 15 months later, the engagement ended. They stayed in touch and even tried to make it work, but it didn't last. In 2004, Brandy made major career moves. She fired her manager, left Atlantic Records, and signed with Epic. Then, in early 2005, tragedy hit when her Moshe co-star, Lamont Bentley, died in a car crash at just 31, a loss that deeply affected her. She continued acting in a few more projects, but nothing could prepare her for what would happen next. In December 2006, Brandy was involved in a fatal car accident that changed her life completely. While driving her Land Rover on the freeway, she accidentally rear-ended a Toyota Corolla carrying a 38-year-old woman and her 2 kids. The impact pushed the Toyota into another car and then into the freeway divider, where it was hit by a 4th vehicle. The woman didn't survive her injuries.
The California Highway Patrol is recommending that actress-singer Brandy be charged with misdemeanor vehicular manslaughter in a freeway crash that killed a motorist last December in Los Angeles.
In her interview with People magazine, Brandy opened up about how she once thought about ending her life after the incident. She said she would lie in bed feeling really down and lost. What eventually pulled her out of that dark place was thinking about her daughter, Sai-Rai Iman Smith. Brandy recalled telling herself, "So, you're just going to go out like this? That's weak. You have a daughter. If you can't find the strength for yourself, then do it for her, because this isn't how you want her to remember you."
I also, talk about my love for my daughter. The video you guys just saw, Baby Mama, is about my daughter, my unconditional love for her.
After the accident, Brandy faced a storm of public backlash. People taunted her online, and tabloids were ruthless. The National Enquirer even claimed that Quentin had broken things off for good the same morning of the crash, saying that Brandy had been seen leaving his hotel in tears before getting on the freeway. On an episode of her docuseries, Brandy Special Delivery, she opened up about how broken she felt, saying she didn't think she deserved to be alive. Prosecutors at the time considered charging her for vehicular manslaughter, which could have meant up to a year in jail. On top of that, the other drivers involved in the crash, as well as the victim's family, filed lawsuits against her and her insurance company. TMZ later reported that no criminal charges were filed after toxicology results showed the woman who passed away had small traces of marijuana in her system. Brandy eventually settled the civil cases out of court, paying around $600,000 to the woman's children and reaching additional settlements with the other parties involved. Despite everything, Brandy managed to bounce back again. In 2008, she reunited with her longtime producer, Rodney Darkchild Jerkins, to create her album, Human. 4 years later, she released 211 under Chameleon Records. Around 2012, Brandy started dating Ryan Press, a music executive who really seemed to bring her peace. She told Us Weekly that Ryan helped her believe in love again and made her feel safe after everything she'd been through. By December of that year, the two were engaged, and fans were excited to see Brandy finally getting her happy ending. But less than 2 years later, things didn't go as planned. The wedding was called off, and a source told Us Weekly that they decided to take a step back to reevaluate their relationship and focus on themselves. By 2015, Brandy had gone through another tough emotional phase, but this time she was intentional about healing. She said she took time to really focus on herself, journaling, reading, crying, laughing, and just allowing herself to feel everything without judgment. She said it was all about giving herself permission to simply be, and little by little, she started to find her balance again. Things started looking brighter for her, and not long after, she began dating rapper Sir the Baptist. At first, it looked like she had found happiness again, but only 4 months later, it all came crashing down. Reports came out that Sir the Baptist had been cheating on her with his baby mama and 2 other women, and once Brandy found out, that relationship ended too. Even after all the heartbreak and disappointment, Brandy never stopped chasing new dreams. In December 2019, she shared that she'd love to be part of a Moshe reboot, which got fans excited about the idea of seeing her return to the character that helped define her career. She also mentioned she was working on a musical inspired by her own life, a story that would blend her music, struggles, and triumphs into something powerful and true to who she is. Through everything, Brandy has continued to stand tall. She remains one of the best-selling female artists in history. Still, as her journey continues, fans can't help but worry how long her body can keep up with the constant stress and health scares that have followed her over the years.